Hi guys, it's part two of the Ubisoft E3 2014 press conference analysis with me, Alex from the Free FPC podcast. Over in the corner, I'm still joined by Dan. Uh, Things are going really well. Say hi, Dan, quickly.
Hey!
There he is. Right, so where I left you off last time was where I'm going through this conference, like how they did it. I've just done it like that. I left you off with the crew, and I discussed that. So straight after that, we got put into what is my game of. This is one of my favourite games anyway, just the whole series. And to see this game was great for me. I knew it was coming. Everyone did, and that's Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, the first thing that it struck me and Dan and Tom, was the fact that the multiplayer isn't hunt and kill, which it has been before. I haven't enjoyed the Assassin's Creed multiplayer. I like Assassin's Creed for the story. But this multiplayer we saw today is all about fucking... it's like co-op missions. We're not sure if they're missions or if it's actually included in the storyline. I hope it's online missions, because I like to do the storyline myself, get all the kills myself. Just quickly say, Tommy's also reviewed this on his channel, which we will put a link to somewhere around here, maybe in the comments, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, the first thing that struck me about this game, because we got two parts of it throughout the day. One was at the Microsoft, which Tom analysed. I'm going to cover the Ubisoft, as that's what I'm doing. So the first thing we got was a little trailer. The details and the graphics in those trailers were fucking spot on. I loved it. Everything is set in the French Revolution. I can't tell you the assassins' names. They did say it, but I can't remember. I didn't quite note it down. It was French, and I'm English, so that's in the French. Anyway, but yeah, the whole thing. I'm a huge fan of musicals, which might shock some of you, but the whole thing struck me as very Les Miserables. Like, if you... He's sensitive cunt, isn't he? Fucking bombard him, call him a homophobe. But,
sure, if it gets me comments.
Actually, don't do that. It encourages him. And after 10 years, I'm done encouraging the cunt. Anyway, the whole thing seemed like very Les Miserables. There's a point where you climb up a barricade, which is basically within Les Miserables. We're going to move on from Les Miserables, because otherwise I've got a picture of fucking... In my head, it's actually...
Penises!
In my head, it's Ezio singing,
Sure,
and then Ezio stabbing that fucking cunt on the sofa in the fucking eye sockets. Sorry. Anyway, something that stood out for me was that whilst this mainly demonstrated the multiplayer, all four of the assassins that we got to see had different colour schemes to their outfits. The outfits did seem to meld into the French look. It was very silky, almost posh-like, almost like French aristocrat thing. I'm not going to say I know much about the French Revolution in which this game is set. I know nothing. I know there was a French Revolution, apparently. I'm told. Haven't confirmed this. I need to check with my sources. Anyway, was there a French Revolution?
I don't believe there was.
There we go, confirmed. No French Revolution, ever. This is Assassin's Creed first fuck up. Second, if you count Revelations. He's loving life over there. Anyway, we got to see quite a few returning mechanics. Some we like, some we don't like. One is the loot system on the bodies. It's not one we're fond of, but it's one that led to a good system in Assassin's Creed 2 of you having to buy items to upgrade them, which is something we all like to do. We all like to upgrade our weapons as we go, and I hope they make it a bit more like something you have to do, because I went through the whole of Assassin's Creed 3 without updating my weapon once. It was just fine. I just got given the rope darts, I had the sword, I had the tomahawk. Didn't fucking need anything else apart from the hidden blades, obviously. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to move on from that. So we got some new weapons, and then as well, but they're French. Got the French cutlass, which has appeared in the other games, but this is now more the primary sword. He's just munching on some fucking pizza. Anyway, there's something we saw in this trailer, which is something I don't think I've ever seen properly in an Assassin's Creed game. We have seen it before, but not like this. And that's the blood splatter we saw in the door when he did a kill round the corner. It looked amazing. It looked better because what we saw is like in Assassin's Creed 3, if you killed someone in the snow, a bit of blood would fucking drop, and that's it. This, when he stabbed him, it was almost like a small amount of arterial spray. Tom would kill me because I've probably got that wrong, and he studies this shit. But anyway, yeah, the blood splatter looked fucking awesome. It was the colour of that, like the actual blood was incredibly rich for fucking blood. I can't remember.
They need to expand on it. They need to make it so that enemies can detect you from blood splatters.
That would be a good system. I doubt we will see it in this Unity game. It would be a great thing to instigate, whilst also being a bit of a bitch based on the amount of people you kill. But
Metal Gear Solid did it on PlayStation. They did it with footprints in the snow.
Yeah, that's Metal Gear Solid. This is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, which is supposed to have better stealth systems.
Right, something I'm going to move on. Another weapon we got to see was Ward had to point this out to me because I got a bit sidetracked taking notes on all the other stuff that was going on, and that was a new hidden blade. From Assassin's Creed 2, we had this hidden blade that could fire. Was it 2 or Brotherhood where we got the gun?
I think that was Brotherhood.
Whichever one we got the gun from, we had a gun attached to the hidden blade, and then they took it away for a hook, and I think there still was a gun. Then they just started adding guns. They've taken the gun aspect away somewhat and replaced it with what Ward told me was crossbows.
It was like a mini crossbow that came out at the side.
He said that's like a mini crossbow that came out the side, in case you couldn't tell, because he has pizza in his mouth. But anyway, I think I saw that it was called the Phantom Blade in the little thing in the background I saw. But from the first like trailer bit of it we saw, it looks like a grittier take on the Assassin's Creed, and what that's afraid both me and Ward used to describe it. I'm not sure how you can get much grittier from like Assassin's Creed 2, because that was pretty gritty, but not too gritty. Assassin's Creed 4 was very light-hearted. It was about pirates and shit like that. A lot of rum, a lot of Blackbeard, a lot of death.
I wouldn't actually describe Assassin's Creed 2 as gritty.
It's a bit more of a revenge story. It's a bit more of an emotional story.
The story is quite gritty, but the gameplay, it was all very kind of smooth and elegant.
Well, that's something I found with Unity. So we'll move on. All the gameplay did seem to move a lot smoother, faster, and even more agile in places. Like we saw all this new parkour mechanics that were instigated, such as I'm going to spend so much time on this fucking Creed. Yeah, these new parkour mechanics. The drop-in seems smoother, and you just can keep going. Something I had a problem with the Creed games was, as you're climbing, it's a lot of stop, start, stop, start. This just looked like it was all one movement. So, they seem to have brought back a couple of the mini games and side things you can do. Like, there's a point in the trailer where he comes up with catch the thief. He chases him for about 2 seconds. Oh no, he's fucking gone. I'll leave him. Walks into a building. Someone's been killed, and he's taken on a mission to find the killer. Never finds the fucking killer. Anyway. One thing that stood out to all of us, again, was the fact that now you can enter a building and not just run through it. Like in Assassin's Creed 3, you just ran through the building. That's not what we want. Like this, in this game, you can jump into a building, sit down and have a fucking chat. Maybe not sit down, but you can just go in, blend in, and hide out there. So then we got onto the more open combat like systems. We got to see a bit of open combat. A new feature that I noticed was there is now a health bar. I don't know why I showed you where the health bar would be, but he's now dancing in the background. He's just pre-ordered Just Dance 2015.
Oh, you know it.
But yeah. Anyway, Yeah, got to see the guys now have a health bar. I went to do it again, but I stopped myself. This is good and bad. One of the things which pissed me off in 3 and 4 is the fact that they introduced these new enemies, which are just, they were just a bitch to kill, and I always sat there and went, when the fuck would you fucking die? And then, so that allows me to tell that, but that also added a part of the Game of Rage is part of the gaming experience. And that gave it to me. So maybe giving me the health bar would just be like, all right, I can see you're about to die. Got no reason to worry. But yeah, the actual combat. I was a fan of it. Ward wasn't, from what I remember. How I found it was with the French aristocrat style of dress. I felt his movements with the swords were very fencing-like, almost like they were trained by like upper class swordsmen from the French Revolution kind of thing.
That didn't exist.
Yeah, the non-existent French Revolution. We are now making a claim that the French Revolution never happened. We are making a claim that France never happened.
I wish.
Hey, no racism.
There's England, a pit stop, and then Spain.
What about Germany?
Who's Germany? I'm not.
That might be a bit of a controversial one. That one.
I don't know Germany. I don't know geography. Is what I meant to say.
He doesn't know Germany either.
I meant to say I don't know geography.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to try and pick up the pace now. So yeah, got a new look at the Eagle Vision. Amazing. A possible new crouch mechanic, which could. Like, I'm not sure if it's an actual crouch mechanic or if it's just part of the cover mechanic, but yeah, it's adds a more stealthy aspect to it. The graphics throughout were amazing because we got into the gameplay, and that's what I've been talking about. Sorry. Got a seamless in and out of a cutscene. Like, I couldn't tell for the most part where it began and where it ended. It was pretty obvious once you're watching it, but I imagine that once you're playing it, you'll be sitting there holding down like whatever your like controller you're doing, trying to kill things, and you just realise you're skipping over cutscenes, which is something I do. Something I noticed, I'm not sure if this actually is, but it looks like they've taken away the mini-map in the corner and just put the symbols around the buildings, which I don't like. I liked having it on the mini-map, because if there's loads of symbols over my screen, I find it really distracting. So I hope they haven't taken it away, but that's just how I interpreted it. He is making some weird-ass noises over there. So yeah, finally, it just looks easier to manoeuvre for a crowd. Like, if you remember the Assassin's Creed 1 days, you had to sit there, hold down the B button and just walk through and just, get the fuck out my way. I need to kill someone and start breaststroking through the fucking crowd. Look like a synchronised swimming routine going through those crowds. But anyway, yeah, that was Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm really excited for that game. I will be playing it as soon as I fucking can. So yeah, I'm going to move on now. So I really need to pick up the pace. And move on to Shape Up, which is the Ubisoft's new fitness game, which they are claiming to make fitness games exciting, which is a pretty tall fucking order because they are fucking dull. I played the UFC one that came out when the Kinect around the time of the first Kinect came out for the 360. Used it 5 times. I had no incentive to stay, but that's what they're trying to fix with this game apparently, because everything you do is working up towards a boss fight. So it gives you an incentive to play it more than 5 times. I won't play it. Or do I look like I care? I'm fucking fitness. Anyway, going into this box, like they say they got the new era of fitness games. It could possibly give us some more incentive. They did give us a couple of quick demonstrations. They put down like a ground mat. I'm not sure if that's part of it. I really hope not, because it was fucking like 12 feet. But anyway, I think they said it was Xbox One exclusive, which is interesting, seeing as the PlayStation 4 does have its own control camera on the add-on. But then again, if it's but sorry, I don't know. Xbox have just said that they're not selling. They're selling the Xbox One now without the Kinect attached. So they could be losing some of their market there because they've just taken away their guaranteed people with Kinect. So there are still obviously quite a lot of people out there with the Xbox One with the Kinect, but now they're not selling it with the Kinect. So anyway, on the demonstration, one thing I noticed is using what I assume was the Kinect. The picture of the what's it called? Image capture of the guy who runs it, the creative director Charles Houteau. Can't say his name. It was really French. It wasn't even Charles. That's just how I say it because it's my middle name. But yeah. Anyway, where was I? The image capture from on the Kinect was perfect. It was just slightly blocked, but that's nothing. Having a slightly blocked thing compared to what we had, where we just had like basic like joints being activated. Now it's tracking almost every single movement in your body down to almost down to the fine detail. Anyway, so yeah, they remixed. They had a remix of some music. They had a remix of "Eye of the Tiger," which is a song that I personally love. So I found the remix was fucking awful. So I really hope there's some better music in that game for the people who buy it, because I won't be liking one of them.
Yes, you will.
No, I can just borrow your Just Dance 2015. You've already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, but you blatantly want Shape Up. Blatantly want it.
Yeah. Anyway, it does look like it will give you an actual decent workout, because we got to see a versus demonstration between an American developer and a French developer, both working for Ubisoft. Obviously, be embarrassing if they lost to EA, wouldn't it? But they just did a press-up challenge. And something I got to notice, earlier I said that I played the UFC. I played the UFC title for the Kinect, and the problem I had is it didn't recognise enough. My front room wasn't that big, and it had to constantly see where I was, and it struggled to pick up the movements. So for 10 press-ups, I'd have to do fucking 23. And that's why I stopped playing it. This, it had no problems picking them up. But obviously it's E3, they've set it up, not programmed, but they've set it up. So they know it's capturing everything they're doing. Obviously in that, being America 1, imagine that. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that stuff. So yeah, that was Shape Up. It looks like an interesting take on fitness games, especially with when they're doing the press ups. They had all the different obstacles being put on top of them, like on the screen, like a tank and stuff like that. That would fucking hurt if that was in real life, wouldn't it?
That is totally a feature they should do. Chest pads that add weight. That I would buy that game if that was a thing.
Can I program the tank to be on top of you?
Yes. Yes.
Just good to kill him. Anyway, I'm going to move on from Shape Up now to a game that I really wish we could have fucking seen, and that was Valiant Hearts: The Great War. Unfortunately, whilst me and Dan were watching it, because we watched it together, because we do everything together. Anyway, whilst we were watching it, we were watching it live on a website, and the player crashed for us, and we had to refresh, and we ended up missing a good 80% of the trailer. Saw the end of it. This was Valiant Hearts: The Great War. It's like for the 100-year anniversary of World War One, supposedly. I'm not sure if that's actually why they produced it, but whatever it is, it looks great. They said it's a puzzle adventure that will run on the same engine as their Rayman titles. Uses a drawn animation as the main look. As the look, not the main, just the look. Follows a group of soldiers and a dog. Apparently, he saw in a post-show little thing that the voiceover was actually supposed to be the dog talking in that game. I didn't realise that. So I thought that was quite cool to notice.
I don't really expect dogs to talk unless it's already been explained to me.
Yeah, well, that's why I liked it as a good touch. But, yeah, the game looks really emotional because obviously World War One, it wasn't the happiest of times, to say the least. I mean, there probably were a few cherries around, but I doubt they were fucking close to the battlefields these guys were on. So,
Cherries with cherry bombs.
yeah. Anyway, that we're gonna, because we missed so much that I can't really talk about it, and it's a real shame because it's a game I was quite interested in seeing after seeing the little bits of it before. So, yeah, it's a game I'm gonna look into some more and look it up online. So now we're gonna move on to Ubisoft's big announcement of the fucking thing. It was their secret announcement, and that is Just Dance 2016. No, it's not. Sorry. It's Ward fucking wet his pants there. Anyway.
With excitement!
But anyway, no, what really happened is the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves, fucking hell, how'd you say that name? Gurno? Came out.
What, Yves?
Yves? Yeah. But anyway, he came out and he introduced that he just said that what we're about to see is pre-alpha multiplayer footage. And then the trailer started, and slowly it became more and more obvious that it was a Rainbow Six. And it's called Rainbow Six Siege. Now, a lot of people are sitting there saying, what about Patriots? Rainbow Six Patriots? I thought that's been in the work for a while. You can assume that's dead. That's the common thing now. Just assume Patriots isn't going to happen because it's not. It is now Rainbow Six Siege. So once again, going into this now, it was a pre-alpha thing of the multiplayer, demonstration of the multiplayer, obviously scripted. It being Rainbow Six is a first-person shooter, and the idea behind the trailer was this group of people were trying to rescue a hostage. Got in my notes, reduce hostage. They pretty much did that, didn't
they? You just did that, yes.
But anyway, we started off with some stealth stuff. We had the from like a Splinter Cell-esque thing where we had the remote control drone that could go underneath the doors and kind of find where all these people are.
Don't forget about the tactical screen.
Just about to get onto that. You can set strategic entrances. Now, we're not sure if this is going to utilise tablet and the Xbox Smart Glass. It'd be great if it did, if you could, because what you see in the trailer is they just look at a blueprint of the house from above, like no insides or anything, just what it looks like from above. And they sat there and went, well, we could go in there. And one of them goes, no, that's no good. Go in there. And I'm like, all right, go in. One stays outside with a sniper rifle. The others go in. They then go into the house and decide to just tear it apart. Pretty much. Fucking, they shoot the wall. The fucking cavity that's left in the wall is just, you could fit a fucking human being through there. They just chuck whoever they want through there. They just chuck the hostage all the way down. The way they fucking blow up the house. Like, this woman's being kidnapped. After the kidnapping, she's going to want to go home and stuff. After she's been through all her ordeal, all the police stuff, she's going to need somewhere to stay, and she can't stay at her fucking house now. They've fucking blown it to bits.
I have a hole in your plan. If she's been kidnapped, why would she be at her own home?
Because they've rescued her.
From her own home? Could it not be safe to assume that that was a terrorist home and therefore, fuck it?
He has a point, but for all we know, it could be her home. They did look like they were trying to kidnap her. But anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping it utilises some of this drawn-in, the drawn-on map, tablet and smart glass strategic entrances. It would be a great touch of the game, considering all the last Rainbow Six game, which we had just 6 fucking years ago. Now that's a good time to wait between fucking games, not fucking 10 months or some fucking Call of Duty. But anyway, so yeah, I'm a bit lost, sorry. Another new mechanic, it's not new like to gaming industry, but I think it's new to the Rainbow Six, is the lean mechanic. You can now, there's a scene in it where one of the bloke's teammates has a shield and he's kneeling down, he has a shield down, and this guy just walks up behind him, uses him as the shield as well, so he now has 2 shields between him. Just in case he gets past the fucking first one, he's still got the fucking meat shield there. And he's just leaning around, and then he leans around the doorway. Not that that's fucking safe. At one point he uses a wall to cover. We've seen what these guns can do to a fucking wall. But yeah, they kind of go around. At one point, they notice someone's got a shield, and they can't take him out because he's blocking it. They remember they got the sniper outside, so they just destroy a bit of the environment. Sniper straight in, kills him. Happy days. Then they chase the whole thing downstairs. They get to the basement and put a drone in. They realise that one guy's got a shield, the other one's using the hostage as the shield. So a bloke does a death from above. I've never heard this so fucking literal in my fucking life. He just walks upstairs. First he blows a hole in the fucking wall. Can't take the extra 2 seconds to walk round the fucking doorway. And then just plants an explosive on the floor, blows it up and starts shooting. I can't fucking see where he's shooting, but anyway. But a name that kept coming up in this trailer, I'm not sure if this is going to be a main villain throughout or what, but it's the name Havoc who kept coming up. I'm not sure if that's going to be a big villain within the game or if that's just like a...
I think that was just a player.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a player, a villain, or if it's like almost like an NPC boss during online battles.
It was a player, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, everyone seemed to know who he was, so that's why I was going with that. But overall, this whole trailer looked fucking awesome. Like, it really did. Sorry, he's mumbling over there. It's really confusing. Anyway, the whole trailer looks fucking amazing. I'm psyched to see it. I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters. But this is looking like one that I could actually enjoy. And if this is just the pre-alpha footage, then when we get the final product, it's going to be over the charts. Over the charts? Off the charts. So it's over the fucking charts. That's a new one. But, yeah, our latest, the first Rainbow Six title in over 6 years. That's fucking convenient, isn't it? Rainbow Six in 6 years. Fuck me. But overall, the press conference was really good. It wasn't the best of the... of day one. In my opinion, that went to Microsoft, which Thomas covered. It was better than EA, who, like I said, went over the top. And say about the same as Sony, which Dan has covered on his. So, yeah, that's my review of the what's it called? The Ubisoft 2014 E3 press conference. And I'm Alex from FreeFPC. Be sure to check us out on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/FreeFPC, where we do a podcast every week where we discuss movies, TV, comic books, and video games. As you can tell, we're on the video games today. This week's episode that will be on comic book crossovers we want to see. Last week we talked about our favourite franchises in video games. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at FreeFPC Podcast, and check out the other guys' videos from the other press conferences, and we shall see you another time for the Nintendo one. Thank you. And he's foaming off right at the wrong fucking time. Oh, yippee-ki-yay, you motherfucking cunt.
It's not my fault you recorded at 12 o'clock.
Fuck off. Anyway, yeah, we shall see you for Nintendo, and I hope you fucking enjoyed.